No, I didn't change my terms. You can look at that video, play it back in slow-mo, watch Ruben Gallego's body language. He's folding his arms. He's very uncomfortable because he's not telling you the truth. This doesn't have anything whatsoever to do with Epstein. They try to make everything about Epstein. This is about the House not being in regular session because the Democrats in the Senate have decided to shut everything down. We will swear Rep-elect Grijalva in as soon as we get back to regular session. They tried to claim, and that's why I walked outside my office and saw their publicity stunt in front of my office, and I was happy to have the dialogue with them and point out the truth. They said, oh, well, you did this for two new representatives from Florida a couple months ago. We did, but it was a very different situation. They had been previously noticed for their day of their oath of office ceremony. They flew all their friends and family in for this big event, but the House went out of session without any prior notice. They were all here, so we just had an exception, and we did administered the oath to both of those folks. There has been no previous date scheduled for Rep-elect Grijalva because she was elected after the House went out of session. It's apples and oranges. Well, no, Republicans have sent letters in, and we're waiving our salary, so we're in the same situation as every other federal employee. But here's the point. The members are working right now. They're working in their districts, and they're doing very important work, Republicans anyway. I don't know what the Democrats are doing, but the Republicans are going around, for example, to their rural hospitals in their districts and trying to help those folks navigate through to make access of the $50 billion that we set aside in a big fund to prop them up. Guess what? Chuck Schumer's counterproposal for the CR would cut all of that funding. There's a lot to navigate. They're doing very important work in the districts, and the ongoing discussions and deliberations about the end of the year matters is going on in earnest right now. And that's also between Republicans and Democrats. They don't have to be here in the building and on the floor. There's nothing to do on the floor until Chuck Schumer opens the government up again. And this pain will go on for Americans until he decides to do that. Yes, but we can't get back to legislating while the legislative sessions have been stalled because they're playing games over government funding. It is an absurd situation, and it's unprecedented. There's never been a situation like this where there was a clean CR and one party was trying to play games over it. Usually these are loaded up with partisan priorities. We didn't do that. Republicans are operating in good faith. We sent over a totally clean CR. Again, it was the same one that Chuck Schumer and the Democrats voted for as recently as March of this year. There is no reason whatsoever for them to do this except that they're playing games. There's only one viable option on the table to get the government reopened, and it's the clean CR. We're not asking them to do anything heroic. We're asking them to do their basic jobs.